Picture sitting on the couch, cooing at a squeaky stuffed animal. Across the room, your dog freezes. Ears go up. Next thing you know, they are wedging their entire body between your hand and the toy, followed by a quick snap at the fuzzy intruder. You probably laugh and call it jealousy. But for decades, the top experts studying animal cognition insisted that what you just saw was a biological impossibility. They swore dogs simply could not experience that specific feeling. The logic was that complex emotions require a heavy cognitive lift. To feel jealous, you have to hold three concepts in your mind at once: yourself, the person you love, and the rival who might steal them away. Experts called this three-way social math, and they decided dogs lacked the mental hardware to do the calculations. Because the scientific community dismissed this as humans projecting their own feelings onto pets, millions of dog owners have spent years brushing off a very real, profound psychological event as a weird little behavioral quirk. The stakes go up when that quirk stops being directed at a toy. When a dog growls as a tiny foster puppy climbs into your lap, or when they bare their teeth at a crawling infant, it triggers an immediate negative reaction in us. Over 80% of owners report seeing this jealous behavior in their pets. And almost universally, the human response is to label the dog as bad, or bossy, or trying to be the alpha. So we scold them. We physically push them away. That instinct to punish is built on outdated science. Reacting with anger teaches the dog exactly the wrong lesson, which actively creates the very aggression you are trying so hard to prevent. The consensus that only humans feel jealousy finally broke in 2014. Psychologist Christine Harris borrowed a clever test used on human infants and brought it into people's living rooms. Owners were asked to ignore their dogs entirely while giving attention to 3 different objects. This chart maps negative reactions. With a pop-up book or plastic pumpkin, dogs stayed calm. But when owners shifted affection to a realistic, barking stuffed dog, the dogs came undone, snapping, pushing, and pawing to break up the interaction. One specific detail proves the dogs recognized a true biological rival, rather than throwing a general tantrum. After the round ended, many of the dogs trotted over to sniff the stuffed toy's rear end. To them, this object was a living intruder. Harris's experiment dismantled the old assumptions. It showed clearly that dogs experience targeted social rivalry, triggered only when a perceived living being threatens the bond with their human. 7 years later, researcher Amalia Bastos pushed the boundary even further. Her team wanted to know if a dog actually needs to see a rival to feel threatened, or if they possess the mental capability to build that threat entirely in their own imagination. Researchers set up a physical barrier. The owner mimicked reaching over to pet a hidden fake dog. Even with zero visual proof, the dogs pulled furiously on their leashes, mentally holding the image of an unseen threat and concluding their relationship was in danger. We can even watch this happen inside a brain scanner. When a dog watches their human feed a realistic fake dog, alarms flare to life in the amygdala, the brain's hub for intense, hot emotions like fear and anger. Combining an animal capable of imagining an invisible rival with those massive amygdala spikes leaves no room for doubt. Canine jealousy is a hardwired, physically measurable reality. So why would an animal evolve to feel something so prickly? The answer is incredibly tender. Your dog is simply guarding the single most valuable survival resource in their entire world, you. Dogs have spent tens of thousands of years living alongside us. Your attention, your touch, and your physical closeness are the actual glue of their survival strategy. This is why punishing the behavior is such a dangerous trap. If you scold your dog when the new baby cries, or when you pet the neighbor's puppy, you teach them that this new arrival reliably predicts something painful. You turn the rival into a very real threat. What looks like bad behavior in the living room is an ancient, deeply ingrained survival mechanism glitching under the pressure of a modern, multi-pet household. The kinder, far more effective approach is to catch the emotion early. Look for the quiet physical cues, like your dog pressing their weight into your leg, soft whining, or sliding between you and another person, long before any snapping starts. When you catch those moments while the dog is still calm, you can flip the script. If you drop a treat to your dog right while you are petting another animal, you teach a powerful lesson. Your affection being shared means good things flow to them too. You can also get ahead of massive household changes. Bring home a blanket with a new baby's scent before the infant arrives, and fiercely protect your dog's established routines, like that morning walk, so their world stays grounded. When your dog wedges themselves between you and a toy, they are telling you that you are the thing they are most afraid to lose. Recognizing that jealousy as love with its guard up turns a moment of conflict into a chance to reassure your dog that they are entirely safe in your pack.